Now that we've replaced our water pump impeller, we're going to change our gear lube. There's 2 plugs on a lower unit. I've got a one here that says oil level, that's our top plug, and then there's one down here which is the drain, and it's also the fill hole. So we're going to take that out. And we're going to take this top one out. A little vent so that the oil drains a little quicker. There we go. These don't hold an awful lot of oil. They don't take long to drain at all, and they use a very thin oil in them. Just like that. There we go. And so we're going to take the drain plug gaskets off. You want to make sure you replace them every time you change your gear lube. If you don't replace them, they generally don't seal very well the second time you use them. And then you can see that there's a fair bit of crud on the head of the screw there where the new ones have to seal. So we're just going to clean that off a bit. When that oil came out, I automatically inspected for water, and there was no water in it. But that's the key thing we want to check for, is make sure that there is no water in that oil. If it comes out looking like a chocolate milkshake or a blueberry milkshake, the Mercury lube is blue. You've got water in there, and you need to replace your seals to deal with that, assuming it's coming in from your seals. You don't want to leave water in your lower unit. It'll rust up your bearings and cause all sorts of strife. Okay, so some drain plug gaskets. So we got 2 brand new drain plug gaskets here. Put them on our drain plugs. And today we are using Sierra Synthetic Blend gear lube. This is a slightly lighter gear lube than I usually use for, but it's such a small motor they like a thinner oil. This is compatible with the bigger outboards as well, but I generally use the Quicksilver high performance gear lube for the bigger motors. I'll just change my pump over here. So when you're changing your gear lube, you pump your gear lube into the bottom hole. And to do that, you use a little fixture, which I believe is this one. Put our hose on. And then we pump in from the bottom until it comes out of the top up here. Let's just tip that up a bit so you can see a bit more. There you go. These older motors, you could almost use any old gear lube in them, diff oil or whatever, but they automotive gear lubes don't handle the moisture very well. They don't have the corrosion protection. If you do get water coming in, say through your prop shaft seal or the upper drive shaft seal, regular automotive gear lube that you would use in a differential or an older 4-speed transmission doesn't have the corrosion protection that a marine gear lube has. So that's why we use the marine gear lube in these. Pump it in nice and slow. What you're doing is you're pumping the oil in from the bottom and pushing the air out the top. If you try and put it in the top, you'll end up with air pockets in there and you'll just burn your bearings out. Well, we just had a nice big glob of gear lube come out the top there. That tells me that we are full. Let that sit for a moment. Make sure there's no extra air bubbles popping out of that. And that is it. We'll put our top drain plug in. Making sure we got our new gasket on there. Snap that one up. And then we'll pull the bottom one off. Try not to bump the camera here. Take our fitting out. With the drain plug in the top, no air can get in, so we will lose very little. Move this out of the way. You see it's not even coming out of there. Put the bottom plug in. So we've got excuse me, drain plugs in. Just need to tighten them up and our gear lube is changed. I use a little wrench on the screwdriver. Make sure you have a screwdriver that is nice and sharp and fits into your slot properly. A screwdriver that's too big or too small is just going to damage your screw and cause problems. So we tighten that one up. Yeah, we'll tighten this one. There we go. And we are ready to put this back on the motor. New water pump impeller, new gear lube. It's good to go.